this video I'm going to show you how to put together the double window peekaboo card that I designed in Cricut Design Space. And as you can see, I have one already put together, and when open you get a secret message that slides through. When closed, you go to your other images. Okay, so let's get started. I already have all of my pieces cut out, and I did the print then cut for the images and the text. For my pieces that have score marks on them, I always use my scoreboard and go over them again, since I'm not quite happy with the score that the Cricut does. To me, this gives you a better fold. So we'll start with our folds, and I use a bone folder, make sure I get a crisp fold. And for this one, you do the same thing. You have two folds on this one. You're going to do a mountain fold, and then the opposite for this one's going to be the valley. Okay, so we have that, and that's what that's going to look like after you get your folds. And when we put this together, this is going to be our front panel, and they're going to line up like that. Not sure if you can see that really well. Let me see. That's how they'll look. Alright, so we can go ahead and set those aside and put our next layer on. I don't want to mess up and not get these lined up. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Kind of gives you a little bit of wiggle room if you don't get it lined up perfectly when you lay it down. Just go around your edges, and then make sure you get around that circle. And I am a messy person when it comes to liquid glues. Usually if your circles are lined up, then you're going to be pretty well lined up all the way around. Not always, but most of the time. Alright, now the next one, you are going to put your panels on the inside. So you're going to open that flap, and these panels are going to go inside. And these will only go one way, so just make sure you know which side is which before you stick it down there with glue. Alright, that one's right. Alright, now we have that. Now, as you can see, once this goes together, you're going to line up pretty good there. Kind of hard to show you without it glued down, but I think you get the gist. Alright, and the next thing I do is take these little scallops that I did for the borders around your cutouts, and nope, not even going to try that. I'm going to put my glue on the card Just try to stay pretty close to your cutout there. And then these should line up perfect. There we go. And you have 4 of these, so you just glue them all down. And I have to admit, I got this idea for this little card from Melody Lane. She did one that had a single peekaboo window. It was just a large oval, and I believe that's the one that she used for her Finding Dory card, which was adorable. All right, so there's that. And the next part is going to be putting this panel in place. So and for this, what I do is I try to set it up and line up these edges like that before I push it all the way down. All right, looks pretty good. Let's see, I got one of my layers off a little bit, but that's all right. Okay, and then when it's together, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to have, and I've got something sticking. Oh no, see, that's what happens when you rush. Do not glue right there. That part should not have been glued. I should have actually glued to the front side of this panel here instead of gluing to the back side of that front piece. But live and learn. You'd think I would know that because I've put this card together about 4 times already. But, all right. This one will more than likely end up in the trash. But now you know what not to do. All right. Anyway. Yep, that was a big old mess up. Okay, moving forward, I will go ahead and show you how to complete the card. What I do is I open it, and you take your smallest panel that you did your print and cut on, or if you didn't, I don't know. Then you just want to make sure when your card is open that, well, now I gotta figure out how this thing goes back together. Okay, yep, I'm all confusing myself here. Okay, now that is gonna go on that small panel, and hopefully with the card all the way open, they're right in place where they are supposed to be. So that's the easiest way to do it, I guess. Put it in place, then open your card sure you push it down really well. All right, let's see how we did. All right, that's pretty good. All right, and then your next print and cut piece is going to go on this back panel. So these are going to be what you see when your card is closed. Just make sure you're lined up. And then the same thing, open your card. I think I sized these a little short, so if you line up your edge, if you line this edge up, it should be perfectly placed. So as not to be too close to that fold. All right, so there it is when your card's closed, and you have your little peekaboo message when you open it. So I'll put the link to this file in Design Space down in the description of the video. And I used all basic shapes and Access images, so if you have Cricut Access, this will be a free card for you to make. I hope you have fun with the file.